According to Islamic eschatology, there are two major events that are going to happen in this world before the Day of Judgment. The first is of Yajuj and Majuj, those who will spread disorder on the earth. And the second is of Imam Mehdi, the righteous leader who will fill the world with justice. But whenever we have read or understood these two events, always understood from the Islamic point of view, we have never seen Jewish eschatology openly. Who knows, something else might have been implied there. Now, to understand this, first we have to understand who are Yajuj and Majuj. Secondly, who is Imam Mehdi? And thirdly, does Yajuj and Majuj mean Gog and Magog? Or in Jewish eschatology, it is called Gog of Magog. That is, they mean something else. But they have only created confusion for you. What is the story? Let's understand. Just imagine that there is a nation that descends from the mountains and creates disorder among the people. It creates problems for them. But a wall of copper and iron is built between those mountains so that nation cannot come out of it and peace can be established among the people. I am talking about Surah Kahf, verses 93 to 98, where Allah Almighty has mentioned Dhul-Qarnayn as a just ruler who built that wall that was unbreakable so that Yajuj and Majuj could be stopped and they could not come into the world and spread disorder. If you look at the translation of Surah Kahf, verses 93 to 94, then the situation becomes clear to a large extent. But keep one thing in mind. Is it natural in your mind that a question will arise? And that question will be, is Yajuj and Majuj some other creature? Is it some satanic creation? Or is it like the orcs of the Lord of the Rings, who will spread disorder on earth? Or is it some evil or devilish power? Now, many people talk differently about this. Some believe that it is a satanic power and another creature. But if you look at it from another point of view, then the situation will become clear to a large extent. And for that, you will have to read Surah Kahf, verses 93 and 94. Allah Almighty says that when he reached between the two mountains, then he found a people in front of those mountains who did not seem to understand anything. They said, O Dhul-Qarnayn, no doubt Yajuj and Majuj are the people who spread disorder on earth. So shall we arrange some wealth for you so that you can build a wall between us and them? Now, if you look closely, the word mufsidin has been used here, which is usually used for human behavior. If you read the commentaries of Ibn Kathir, then you will be surprised that the meaning of Yajuj and Majuj here is that there were some people from the nation of Prophet Noah, who come in their lineage and are recognized by their relationship. Among those people, Yajuj and Majuj are included. That is, from this point of view, Yajuj and Majuj are a nation, humans and people. According to the narration of Sunan ibn Majah, the hadiths of the Prophet are pure, which means that Yajuj and Majuj try to break the wall every day until they see the rays of the sun. Then one of them says that we will do the rest tomorrow. But the next day when they come back, then Allah Almighty strengthens the wall more than before. But one day will come when Allah Almighty will set them free. And they will come down from the height, will spread everywhere, will drink all the water, until the lake of Tiberias dries up. Then they will shoot their arrows towards the sky, which will return bleeding. And they will think and say that we have defeated the people of the earth and the people of the sky. According to another narration of Sunan ibn Majah, the hadiths of the Prophet are pure, which means that Yajuj and Majuj will be in the era of Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ will ask Allah Almighty for refuge from their increasing fitna. Allah Almighty will order them to take their disciples and go to Tor. Yajuj and Majuj will have spread all over the world. And then Allah Almighty will give birth to an insect in their necks after praying to Jesus Christ. He will create an insect that will destroy the nations of Yajuj and Majuj and their descendants. But in the world, their bodies and their filth will be so much that a person will not be able to keep his hand. Then Allah Almighty will send birds with big necks, which will pick up their bodies and throw them in such a place where Allah Almighty wants. And then Allah Almighty will rain a rain. And that rain will make everything in the world clean, until it starts shining like a mirror. You understand the background references of Yajuj and Majuj. But it is very important here to briefly mention Imam Mehdi. According to authentic hadiths, Imam Mehdi will be from the descendants of the Messenger of Allah, and Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra will be from the lineage of Allah Almighty. According to the Hadith of Tirmidhi, which means that Qiyamah will not come until there is such a person in the Arabs whose name will be in the name of the Messenger of Allah. Imam Mehdi will not appear in this world until the cruelties of the Sufis do not exceed the limit in Syria. There is no chaos in the world. Allah Almighty will make him a caliph in one night. And in their presence, Jesus Christ will descend from the sky to the earth, and Jesus Christ will pray in the leadership of Imam Mehdi. And both together will gather the Muslims and bring the Muslims to the system made by the Lord. Imam Mehdi will live in this world for 7 years, and in 7 years he will gather the Ummah. Will fill the world with justice, there will be abundance of wealth and rain everywhere in the world. Now in this short story, it is necessary to have 7 years of Imam Mehdi. Because, when you understand this, then you will understand Jewish eschatology, that what is meant by Gog and Magog, or Gog of Magog. When you read Jewish eschatology, you will be surprised that the translation of Yajuj Majuj is always told to you as Gog and Magog. But according to Ezekiel 38 and 39, Gog is such a person who is the prince of that land, which is called Magog. That is why it is called Gog of Magog. And it is written in Ezekiel that Gog of Magog will make a coalition army, and the states of Persia, Cush, Put, Gomer and Togarmah will be included in his army. And this whole coalition army will attack Israel and will try to destroy Israel. Now if you understand here carefully, then in Jewish eschatology, Gog and Magog does not mean Yajuj Majuj. This may mean the coming armies of Imam Mehdi and Imam Mehdi, which can attack Israel or the Jews. But to create confusion, the translation of Gog and Magog is always told to you as Yajuj Majuj. Now if you look at the geopolitical scenarios, then you will see that Israel is trying again and again that the armies of Muslims should come together, come to their areas, start protecting Gaza so that a war can begin, so that their Messiah can return. According to Talmud, Gog of Magog and his combined armies, coalition armies, will attack when the Messiah will have come. Now when you understand this translation, you understand Gog of Magog, then you understand what is going on in the whole story of geopolitical scenarios. Now here a question will arise in your minds, and that question is that if Gog and Magog are humans and are from the nation of Prophet Noah, then what was happening in the world before the time of Prophet Noah? How was the world going on, as a result of which the great flood came? Now to understand this, you will have to understand what the Book of Enoch says. What is written in the Book of Enoch, and why is this book invisible to your eyes? And how authentic is the Book of Enoch, and how not authentic is it? This will open new doors for you and will give you a new point of view. Because the story is still remaining.